But we'll get into that shortly and then kind of explain it to people so they have a better understanding for context and everything. But before we get started, I want to kind of read off this bio that we got put together that you were kind enough to send me prior to, so that way people can get to know a little bit about your background. So we'll start with that. All right. His name is Joe Urich. Your mission is to normalize sobriety with veterans who are using and abusing substances in a harmful, self-medicating way. You were raised in a small town in Pennsylvania that only had one red light to this day. You joined the Army in 2000. Oh, 2000, a while ago, man. Halfway through your senior year in the delayed entry program. You completed boot camp at Fort Sill in Lawton, Oklahoma. Then you went to Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas for your AIT, or Advanced Individual Training. Graduating as the honor grad. You stayed at Fort Bliss for your first duty station, and there you trained as a launcher dog with the Patriot missile system. Okay. So shout out to Habitual Line Crosser. I believe he was also, I believe Ethan was also a missile guy. He'll probably think that's really cool when he sees this.
ADA.
Yeah, he's an ADA guy. Actually, my other buddy, Josh Green, who's a Chief Warrant Officer, you've probably seen One Punch Dad. You ever seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an ADA guy too.
Oh, wow.
I think originally by trade, I believe.
Nice.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. I'm sorry if I'm messing up, but I'm pretty sure you are, based on what we talked about. Then the day we all remember, 9/11/01 happened. You soon had orders to deploy overseas in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. You deployed to the northern tip of Qatar and emplaced your launchers to protect Central Command in Doha, Qatar, which was actually where one of our bases was struck by Iran during like the 12-day war in 2025. They actually like launched some ICBMs at our base. Oh, wow. At that base, which were shot down by ADA guys, interestingly enough, because that's like apparently the largest base we have in CENTCOM. Mm-hmm. So interesting that you guys ended up going there. As 3rd Infantry Division breached Baghdad, the air threat was diminishing. We then loaded all our equipment on a boat and went up to the Gulf and emplaced in Kuwait. Once Baghdad was secure, the air threat was eliminated. You loaded your equipment and sent back to the States and stayed in country to pull multiple details. Due to the needs of the government, you were stop-lossed. After fulfilling your full term, you were honorably discharged in 2004. Now your relationship with alcohol is the next part. All right, you started drinking early in high school. Kegers in Cornfields, Maryland, 2020, or Mad Dog 2020?
Mad Dog 2020.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
shots, you name it. Then when you got to your duty station in Fort Bliss, you were miles from Juarez, where the drinking